We have the Galio ultimate coming in. Flash over the wall. Tef sitting right on that blast code, looking for the re-engage. There it is. Jumps over the wall. Hook coming out. Galio's getting caught. That means he's going to have to flash away in order just to stay alive. Corky coming in, peppering with those rockets. That is RLS forcing Wash away from this Drake. RLS War Leader going in, continuing the engage, though. He's going to lose his life as he just oversteps a little bit. However, look at the damage coming out from Corky. Taking down the Galio. That is going to be huge. Absolutely massive. And Johnny Tsunami gets
DJ Salt has been needing that, and it's been so useful for him. Yep, got a nice bit of damage here in this mid lane. It's not going to result in a huge fight, but the death charge is going to mean that there's going to be a lot of damage coming out. As right there, we see Lucian getting taken out. Pango Soul's getting brought very, very low as well. We have Orange jumping in on the backline. Diana ult is going to come down, and that's going to mean a lot more magic damage is going to shred through those health bars. But unfortunately, there's just too much tank on the side of Team Wash. The nice root on God X Anime gets Tephra missing that hook, means that is going to be a big fight lost in overall, even though it does look like it's pressure in the bot lane. Collins gonna come out. There's nobody to take them out. Nice package, just completely sealing off the Dragon Pit. Does mean that the Ornn ult is going to come out. The Horn Call is going to come down. Galio's going to knock up every single member of RLS, get a huge taunt as everybody's caught in it, and that just means that there is going to be nothing that the rest of these teams could do. Xayah escape, trying to find some damage, trying to get these shots off. Shut down as Diana manages to go in onto this Dragon. Volibear does manage to pick up with the smite. We do see Xayah picking up another kill over the wall, throwing out the double daggers. Does use the Hex Tech to escape, and that is going to do something, throwing out the Ornn Call, but it could be a little bit too late. We do see a nice engagement, a huge Corky package right there. That was just devastating as we see it just shredding through the health bars. Look at that. All right, folks, and welcome back. We're at game number 2 of these quarterfinals between Team Wash and Rapidly Losing Sanity. I'm your friendly neighborhood Shackcaster Shargan, and I've got Rapterra joining me once again on this casters as we are ready to kick this off. That was an exciting game 1 where RLS kind of started to fall behind, but their comp just pulled out the win in the end. And so, Rap, what do you think is going to happen in this one?
Well, I'm hoping that Wash doesn't just like roll over in this one. It was so strange to watch. But I'm hoping they'll get some adaptation to it. Like the comp was working really well for them. I think they just need a more traditional carry in the bot lane to kind of help get DPS out into that comp. And, taking the Diana away, I think is a good start to at least doing this composition. If you're not going to have a tank comp or you want to kind of run a Lucian again, maybe just run it with a Diana, have some extra burst somewhere, just kind of nuke a target down early on.
Yeah, it's we did see War Leader doing some great job with it. Good counter pick, I think, by War Leader to take the Nocturne. It's kind of a response of, fine, you want to engage? That's perfectly all right, because I'm just going to jump in on your backline, and there's literally nothing you can do to stop me.
Yeah, that's probably the honestly, Nocturne is one of the strongest junglers, I think, in the game right now, especially paired with Corki. That's just basically whoever's in your backline is dead. So maybe the traditional carry, not a good option. Maybe they shouldn't have banned that Xayah. They could have taken it with them. But the Nautilus coming through for Wash. So trying to basically take RLS's comp from last game, minus the Xayah right now, and the Corki. So seeing what they can drag out of that. Let's see if they kind of go with that set too. But it's actually going to be the Ornn again on the third pick for Wash. They really are committed to this. It did very well for PJ Assault last game. They need to transition it with the rest of the team into later in the match.
And it's going to be interesting to see what build like Mewtwo chooses to take into the Ornn this time. Looks like she's going to go with the Tom Kench more than likely. That could still theoretically be flexed into the bot lane as a support. It's not a common pick. It's not as common as we've seen in the past. But it could be she chose that instead of the set this time around. Last time it just didn't really quite work out. And as we go into the second phase of bans, once again, we see the Soraka and the Veigar bans coming out, two exceptionally powerful AP champions, and the Vex as well. It's clear that Wash wants a dive comp. Vex would have been very good to pair up with that, so we're probably going to be looking for something like maybe an Ahri or a Lissandra to kind of shore up Wash's dive potential that RLS is going to have to watch out for.
Yeah, the Galio is still on the table for them, so they could maybe run that again. The Jinx ban right there, I was going to say, I think that's actually a support Kench. Usually you pick that if you're going to grab something like Jinx, but the Senna pairing is the other option for it, and that's going to come out there for Escape. I love seeing Senna played. I still think she's not in as great a spot as she's been in the past, but it's still a good, very late game scaling champion. You have your late scaling damage, the long range, just stay out of that dive, but long range means nothing when you've got the other long range diver in Tristana.
Yep, and you hear that little voice of rage like off the distance. I can like barely make it out. I'm pretty sure that's Fang over Fang seeing the Senna pickup. So obviously we know someone who's not going to be too pleased about that choice, but I do agree picking up that Tristana, and we see the Ziggs coming out as well. That is going to be a really interesting team comp coming out from Wash. Ziggs is easily able to provide a lot of AP damage from a distance with that death bomb, and so that's going to be probably what Wash is planning on doing. However, it does also have some great disengage with that package. The Shen for RLS is going to be a great way to shore up their team comp as well. Built like Mewtwo is going to have a lot more map presence this time around than they did with the set. So it'll be interesting to see if they're able to really shore that up and see if she is able to really kind of take down the Ornn this time around.
Yeah, and I think, the nice thing, though, about Shen is even if she falls behind, Mewtwo can still be effective later in the game. The ultimate will always be a great tool, no matter what, for the Shen, especially onto the Corki, onto the Nocturne for dives. Like, this is a super divey comp with the Senna and the Tom Kench just in the backline to keep the pressure going and maybe try to draw the Diana away from them. But, I like this comp. Like Wash comp, it feels like a very traditional comp you'd see back in the day where you had the take top laner, the assassin jungle, the mage mid, traditional like late game hyper scaling AD carry with a tank support. It feels very traditional. I like that a lot to see, especially just seeing Tristana herself. It's not a champion you see a lot nowadays, and I think she's very underrated, especially for her ability to shred turrets like it's nothing with her bombs. It's with Ziggs actually too. This is a very good, just thinking more about it. This is a really good push comp. Like
it is a great siege comp. Absolutely.
Yeah. So much siege potential there. If Barbitua and Wednesday get time, I expect to see them group a lot. If they get time alone on a tower, it's gone. Like it's just going to be gone after about 8 minutes. That time, any turret will be gone if they get any time on it. So, RLS has to keep pressure up in this game. I also think they need to get an early lead. Nocturne isn't as great when he's behind. The ult's good, but he's a lot of his greatness is in his damage and his ability to quickly burst targets. So got to get him ahead early on. But also, they can use that to counter the Ziggs and the Tristana. They think they're safe, and then you just get dove by a Nocturne being ulted by a Shen with a Corki coming up behind it. It's pretty easy to pick them off. Their escape tools they're good, but they are able to be caught out. They're not like, Tristana I think will be able to get away easily, but the Ziggs, you got the bomb to kind of blast yourself away, and after that, you're just basically a sitting duck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can be kind of a bit of a tricky thing to deal with. However, I totally expect RLS is going to be pressuring these lanes just as well. And like, look at this. We've already got a nice push coming up right here. Diana is already prepped to kind of engage on this Nocturne once again, starting in the top side, coming down bot lane. But it looks like they're doing a full clear, taking a little bit longer than Diana to clear their camps, though.
Yeah, Diana's, a little bit faster. She's got a little bit more AoE going for her with the shield. Ooh, the taunt there. PJ stopping that. Good to see. Yeah, you can tell they're just like, they're going to take this slow. They're both kind of want to hit 6 before they gank. A lot of their gank potential comes from their ultimates. Nocturne for the quick access to the target. For Diana, just locking someone down in the burst. So I wouldn't expect to see a lot from them until that point. This game, it's going to be kind of slow. It's going to be on the lanes to kind of get their leads and set up plays here. You do see Barbitua and Johnny Tsunami pushing in the bot lane. It is, naturally Tristana will push. It is very hard not to push on Tristana just because of the passive on her E and the Kench hook.
That is going to be a nice Kench hook onto Tephra. They're going to take a little bit of damage here, but that great health is just going to get healed. It's basically just sitting there waiting at this point. Yeah, it's like going to get healed right back up. Really not going to be losing too much for that trade. And they are going to be able to get those procs off to keep the wave kind of frozen right here at the tower, which is a great spot for escape and Tef. That is perfect, exactly where they want this, especially now that Nocturne has kind of started making their way downtown to this bot lane as well.
Yeah, and they don't even have to hit the tower. You just throw the bomb on Tef, and he's just standing. Ooh, another good dodge by the taunt by Salt. Mewtwo is doing good work there, trying to keep the pressure up onto Salt. But I was saying, the bot side, they don't even have to hit the turret directly. They don't have to drop the bomb on it. You can just drop it on the Tahm Kench if you're worried about being like...
Remember last time how this top lane went, where as soon as Shen started pushing up, they got ganked like that? Look at that. Diana already trying to repeat, but there's a ward in the river, so it gets...
She's learning. Oh, and Wednesday, though, has not learned, and he's running away. He's getting out, though. I think he's fine. Diana's there to kind of back him up. This could be a big fight.
Jump right on top of War Leader. Spell Shield's going to stop a little bit of that damage, though. That is going to be really well done by War Leader, getting back up to the safety of their turret.
Yeah, good stop right there from War Leader, able to get out of there. Again, Diana, not really strong ganks until level 6 when she has the ultimate to lock targets down. So it's kind of just a little assertiveness, a little bit of aggression. It has pushed War Leader out. She is up there taking his Krugs, and yeah, it's looking like there might be another gank on the top side. There is no ward right here. The Diana is looking for something.
Yep, trying to find some kind of engage, and unfortunately, it's going to be Tef just walking right by that Nautilus hook. Nothing's going to happen. There's going to be the lockdown on Barbitua getting procced behind the minion wave pretty far, so they're not able to continue that engage. That was a really good disengage by RLS. They're able to stall it out, basically make it to where it is essentially a moot point at that point. And then it just kind of really, it just works out great for them.
Yeah. It's doing some good work there. I want to see what Escape's stacks are right now. I actually am curious. Now, I've been doing a lot of poking there, a lot of getting some good basic attacks off. Let's see. If he once he gets closer to 20, he's going to be in a good spot. So already at 19. So once more soul, and we'll finally have the extended range, which will be really good for Senna. Kind of allow her to keep up with Tristana. She's going to need it as Tristana's range will increase as this game goes on, and that can be a little bit difficult to deal with. But Pengu Soul also, is I think a big target to look at right here. Starting off with the Hex Drinker. I feel like I've said that wrong. But starting off with some MR to kind of deal with the Zig. Zig has a lot of poke. Can be really annoying to deal with. Can easily push you out of lane. I wonder, though, what item Pengu will go for time. Will it be another Ludens? Or do you think we might see... something like Divine Sunderer coming out? Corki has a couple options.
I think we're definitely going to be seeing the Ludens come out this game. He's just got too many squishy targets that are available to him. I mean, Diana's going to have a shield, but Wednesday and Barbitua are both ripe for the taking, and he's going to need to get them exploded as quickly as possible so they don't have the ability to escape. And that's going to be really, really important. This Red Drake is going to also help facilitate that, getting that extra attack damage. It's only going to be a little bit because it's only one of them. However, once the other Drakes come online, then RLS has already shown that they have got control of this bot side.
Yeah, and I can't quite see what the next dragon is.
I believe it's a Hex Tech.
Hex Tech? Okay, if it's Hex Tech, so it's going to be one of the more defensive options this time for Soul. Tef taking a lot of damage right there, but does a lot. Ooh, going in on the Barbiturate.
Yep, Tefra's just kind of continuing this engage. It's a little bit spicy. Senna has not returned to lane. They're coming back as quickly as possible after having backed, and that is going to allow RLS to get a really good position. They've already got the wave pushing in their direction, so that is going to be really, really nice for them, which basically means that Johnny Tsunami is going to be looking for that engage, but Tef just sidestepping it once again. Unfortunately, Johnny not quite able to hit as many of those hooks as Antunes has been.
Yeah, Tef's hooks have been a little, I'd say, better so far this series. Johnny still got time. It's only the beginning of the first game, still has time to hit some pretty clutch hooks. And I'm trying to think where I expect something to happen next. I want to say it's going to be this bottom side still. I think both junglers are going to look to get something going there. But PJ Salt, though.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a fight going on here in the top lane. We are going to see the Ornn call come out. That is going to be a nice knockup right there. It's built to like Mewtwo. Unfortunately, he's going to get brought solo, and that's going to be first blood for Ornn. That was a really good engage. Tef looking for something on the bot lane, not able to find it. And even though it is kind of slow, it's actually the perfect time to just kind of hop over to FOF Esports, check out the FOF Connect, and kind of get a look at those power rankings and just kind of see what it is some of the other people are having to say about these teams.
Well, I can say right now for a watcher, at least PJ Salt is playing dirty in this top side. This is now the fourth straight is the third or fourth straight solo? Yeah, third straight solo kill in the top lane over these two games. Just doing some really good work on this Ornn. Very, very impressive to see. This is gonna have to see if the rest of the team though can keep up with it this time. Keep the pace going and kind of get facilitated by it. I think it'll be better with the Tristana. I think it will do better with the items from the Ornn. And I think also the Ziggs and Diana also be a little bit more useful. There's more damage this time for Wash. And I think that was the major thing they were lacking last time was damage after a certain point. Ooh, Wednesday, though.
That, not to mention the fact that they have a tendency to hit the go button just a little bit too late. Noctur coming in with the save. Coming in to save their Pengu Soul. We do see the nearsighted Ziggs is able to get away, and that is going to be a lot of damage as poor God X Anime just comes in and shreds through the health bar of that Nightmare, shedding some light on the situation and is able to save their mid lane. That was a really good back and forth by both these teams. Wash coming out the winner.
Yeah, it was looking like, honestly, either mid laner could go down, but it's the jungler, warrior leader falling, or they're so close to killing Wednesday. And I thought he was going to win the duel, but the Diana shield comes through. Diana does have some nice AP right now with that blasting wand. So just takes the
damage that has been done to this bot lane turret already, down to just one plate.
Yeah, the Tristana's been doing well. And they never even had to hit the turret. So I was going to say earlier, Tom Kench has been just keeps walking by the turret. Oh, hang on.
Abyssal Voyage, once again, getting avoided. Barbiturate just jumping right out of there. That is exactly what you don't want to see if you're the support on this bot lane. Unfortunately, like YouTube, get way too low. She is taking a lot of damage from this Ornn. Those brittle procs are nothing to laugh at. Look at the damage, and look how little the turret is once again doing to them. PJ Salt picking up yet another kill and showing some real dominance in this top lane this series.
Yeah, like we said earlier, good play by PJ out of this Orange. So dominant. Now up 2 kills, up 20 CS. Just looking like kind of running away with this top side again. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Tef looking with that engaged close. They are getting a little fearful of this. Tom Kench does have the ninja tab. I keep calling them yeah, they are ninjas now, right? No, they're playing steel caps. They used to be ninjas. Like I keep calling them ninjas.
Used to be the ninja tabbies because they used to provide dodge chance.
I will always be ninja tabbies in my heart, always. But it's pretty hard to deal with right now for these two on the bottom side of Wash. But that's okay. They just need to play defensively. They're up 3K right now. They don't need to be over aggressive. Just let their team scale up and hit their power spikes. The Hextech gonna go over to RLS. I don't think Wash is gonna contest it. They'd rather just stack with dragons for the soul. Gonna take a guess it's going to be Ocean Drake. Mountain Mountain Drake it is. Mountain Soul. So that could also be really good for them too. Getting very shielded can help deal with the burst coming from Pango and War Leader. And if they can survive that and get to turn the tide, I think it's pretty easy. But now Tef.
Ooh, Tef is going to be disengaging. Unfortunately, we do see the knockup's going to come out just at the right perfect opportunity. Diana is going to get shredded by these shots. Senna was walking away, but comes back, does manage to get a return kill, and that is going to be Pangu Soul picking up Johnny Tsunami as well. Really well done by RLS. There was a little bit of a miscommunication as you saw the team kind of breaking off right there, but it's good that there was some commitment and returns, and so that is going to provide a nice chunk of gold, trying to close this gold gap just as this game continues to progress.
Yeah, Tef, literally catfishing on the Tom Kench there, baiting them out, baiting Diana forward so you can go back in with War Leader, with Pangu Soul to pick him off. Godex, he almost turned that though. That ult, 3-man ult did so much damage, damage amplifying from that ultimate with more people in it. And, if it was an even fight, like numbers fight, I think they could have won it, but Wednesday, unfortunately, not able to get down there. Did get an ult, but wasn't enough. And now RLS is pulling themselves back into it. Now only 2K down again, looking to make some big plays. I don't think it's going to be Ludens this game. Like, looking at that build, like there's nothing pushing towards a Ludens right now.
No, he's definitely pushing more towards that Divine Sunderer, it seems.
Yeah, I think that's a good call here. I think you don't really need the Ludens in this case. You just kind of want to get the little bit bigger burst from that, be a little bit tankier to help deal with the Diana ultimate, deal with the bomb out of it. Ooh, Tef going in again. But
again, we got a nice jump out coming out from Tristana. Like, really, every time the Abyssal Voyage gets activated, there's really not a lot Barbiturates needs to do to get away. They just kind of jump out and immediately they're able to just disengage super easily. And that's making it really hard for escape. But look, see right there, you got the flash coming out because you have those 2 items on cooldown.
Oh, Anime though.
Oh no, Anime is here as well. Diana's going to be pulling in the rest of the teams. Tom Kench is going to be going gray. They are going to be able to get a lot of health off with huge Senna ultimate. That is going to allow a lot of damage and a lot of healing and shielding to come out. And that unfortunately means Tephra is going to be picking up that kill right there. We got the Nocturne picking up one as well, the Ignite, allowing him to see his target. And that is going to be the Diana falling. And unfortunately, that engage, which looked like it was going perfectly for Team Wash, just turned around and went the exact opposite direction.
I was going to criticize Tef right before that play, but my goodness, that was absolutely fantastic play out of his Tom Kench. So looking at that right there, they got pushed back. Diana, he can see is about to come in and ult, eats the Senna so she won't die, throws her back over the mini wave, manages to get away, dodging just that little bit of last bit of damage to survive, and then uses the W to go back in and dodge Wednesday's ultimate to survive. Just so good. Such fantastic play right there. And, it's rewards RLS. They're now only 700 gold down with the Dragons. It's a little bit more even than I think they actually might have technically an average gold lead, especially with the Senna passive. So it's looking really good for them yet again. Topside, still rough, but again, like we said in draft, Shen can still be incredibly useful when he's got
the utility on the Shen that is the most important, and unfortunately, that's what Shen is going to have to provide. Is they are just caught out. There was nowhere for them to go. Too many slows, and just basically results in them getting kind of like just removed from the board. But at the same time, now we know where Diana is, and RLS is able to just kind of be like, okay, we got some other places we can push, and that's perfectly all right to lose that top lane for a bit.
Yeah, poor Mewtwo. She's trying so hard to get even just some farm, but PJ Salt is just so aggressive, making her literally salty from these plays.
Just good. Doing the best they can. They just can't seem to find the right target. Look at this. We've got a nice engage right there. They are able to eat the Nautilus. Going to be bringing them back to there. That's going to allow Senna to pick up the kill. Ziggs is trying to save their teammate, but unfortunately can't do it. Just throwing the bomb across the map, and that is going to be a double kill on the Senna. Escape is just starting to get really, really big. So they've already probably they finished off their gold items, so they've got those wards. So now they're able to actually start farming, and you can see that they've got a 2-0-4 nice bounty on their head. That's just going to help RLS get even farther ahead into this game, which is what Wash didn't want to see.
I like that we're seeing the lethality Senna here, taking advantage of those changes from a couple patches ago, where Senna got lethality scaling on her Q. It's good to see. Ooh, they might catch Godex Anime here.
They might catch him, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen. The Nightmare just comes for you out of nowhere, and that is going to be Diana completely shredded. Tephra picking up the kill on there. And then this is kind of a situation where I think it's all right if the support is picking up these items, because that's going to allow them to build this, it looks like the Sunfire Cape is what they're going for right now. Picking up the Mountain Drake is going to be really easy for RLS as well, because they don't have to worry about an enemy smite. This game is just starting to crack open in their way. You know, we were talking the other day about how this might be a best of 5. We could be seeing the beginnings of a 3-0.
Yeah, it's looking like it. You know, it's feeling a lot like the last game in the early game story. Top lane dominated by PJ Salt on the Ornn, bot lane getting dominated by RLS. And unlike last time, there's not a lot of tanks they can just build. Ooh, hang on.
Yo. Engaging here, Nocturne throwing out the paranoia. Tephra's gonna go on a killing spree. Shen's gonna come in to help their ally, dropping down. Perfect opportunity, kind of continuing this engage right under the tower. Bissell Void's gonna get a double knockup, and that is gonna be a huge set of root as well. Unfortunately, there's just so much take on the side of Team Watch. They're turning this fight around. That is not the way that RLS wants to see it going. They are losing their minds, trying to get away. Escape just gets pulled back in by the Nautilus. Shen is not able to do it. They can't. We've got a TP coming out, though. Look at this. Corki's going to be coming in. That's going to be a nice bit of damage coming out. A huge package pushing them off to the side. Rockets go flying. And there's
Wednesday.
So much damage. Wednesday, my dude. You got to come in and save your team. Look at this. The fight's going to continue. We got Corki just kind of disengaging. Gonna get knocked up. That's going to be really bad. They have to flash away. We see Barbiturate has returned, and that is going to be really scary as they have to watch out. That is a lot of damage, but the burn is not going to be enough. The built like Mewtwo and Pangu Soul just barely managing to escape from that as they kind of overstayed their welcome.
Oh, what a crazy fight. It lasted so long. Barbiturate managed to respawn and walk all the way back to continue it. Looked like a good start there from RLS, but the Ornn comes in with the teleport. Looks like they can maybe get something going with the Shen, but Mewtwo doesn't taunt after coming in. Doesn't stop the Ornn knockup coming in, so it knocks up Tef. Isn't able to get time to get the shield up, and he goes down, and looks like we may have a pause. Nope, we're good. No pause. All fine. But you know, it takes it out there, and the fight just becomes Ornn just doing so much work. They finally get to bring this 3-0, now 5-0 Ornn down from the top side, managing to make something happen. And while RLS is in a really good spot, they're not tank killers. Senna is not a tank killer. Corki, not really a tank killer. Neither is Nocturne. It takes a long time for them to get through it, and that's just buying time for the rest of Wash to get the damage out. It goes even overall. Wednesday taking a little bit long to get there, but his Ornn is getting so very scary.
But that's exactly what we saw last game. The Ornn got really scary, really big. However, the damage profile on the side of RLS was able to outscale the rest of his team. So basically made the Ornn just not useless, but just easier to take down because it was the last one left, which is what exactly RLS is going to need to be doing here. They're going to be looking for those picks, looking to take out Wednesday and Barbiturate on the side lanes when possible. And then once those two damage threats are removed, then it's Godex, Anime, and Ornn that they're going to have to be dealing with next.
Yeah, it's just like you pick down the raid boss, cool. Now we've got some mini bosses for you to fight right away. The next form of this team. Godex Anime.
Oh my goodness, that was a little sticky. They were sus of that bush.
This is a sussy bush.
Super sus.
Super sus.
Exactly. And unfortunately, because Godex Anime was not able to find that target, now we've got Escape trying to get into this mid lane, but unfortunately just blocked at every turn. And that is going to be a nice set of souls for them to pick up. We are going to probably be seeing some more pressure put around this Baron, as that is probably the most likely objective on the field. Both teams are going to be looking to fight around it. Wash wants to get a good 5v5 team fight going, and then pushing on the sideline, while RLS is going to want to get some kind of engage and some kind of pick in order to make it to where it's easy to take that objective.
Yeah, I think they're looking for the 5v5, but I don't think it's going to be at the Baron. I think it's going to be at this Dragon in a minute. It is soul point currently for RLS. If they get this, they will have the Mountain Soul. They will have that big shield helping deal with the poke from the Ziggs, helping deal with the nuke from the Diana. So Wash has got to contest this. They cannot allow their opponents to get this Dragon. And they're kind of setting up for it. There is a lot of vision from RLS. Vision very quiet right now for the side of Wash, but Codex Anime is spotted going in.
Flash in by Diana in order to try and get this taken out. We do see the rest of RLS able to leave the Ziggs ultimate. They're not going to be taking any damage from it. The paranoia means that the Ziggs ult's going to go wide, and unfortunately, we're going to see so much damage coming out. PJ trying to do what they can, going under this tower, just taking all of these shots, but the damage profile on RLS is already online. They are peppering from the back end, but look at this Tristana just completely poking out the rest of RLS. You have Tephra having to use the gray shield health in order to stay alive. Escape is doing what they can, trying to find a target, isn't quite able to, though. They're basically just kiting this out. The Abyssal Voyage is going to come. There we go. Tef going to be probably giving their lives right here, trying to save their ADC. They do manage to do it, staying alive themselves. There's going to be a nice bit of knockout, but look at the tankiness on that Ornn. Somehow Built Like Mewtwo is still alive. They had the bomb and the shield being eaten, saved them. Look at that.
God, they finally killed the raid boss Sherigan. They have finally taken out PJ Sol. It was such a long fight watching them just slowly try to chip at him, but they do manage to come out ahead. They get 3 in that fight, only losing Pengu and War Leader, and now the teleport coming in. Oh,
look at this Codex Anime. I don't know if they realized exactly what they were jumping into. The Paranoia is going to come out once again, and that is going to be them running into their own nightmare as Nocturne finds a quirky snipe on the backline. Pengu's Soul finding the target. That is going to be devastating for Wasp, as now the soul point has been taken. The shield is online. This is going to be a easy Baron call for RLS, and they are starting to close the casket on Wash.
Yeah, Wash is just kind of falling apart right now. They're looking really desperate some of those plays. That going over the wall for that, I can see the attempt on the steal, but if you don't have vision, it's a little bit desperate to try to just jump right over. And Barbitwitch staying a little bit too long. Pengu sees him earlier and decides, you know, I'm gonna bet he's backing in this bush, and just goes, picks him off. And now Baron under their belts. They've got the Mountain Soul. This is starting to look like RLS might close this game out. They're only up 2,000 gold, but like the hidden gold between the passive, the flash of the Pengu.
Nice
Wednesday
Pengu in order to avoid that. And look at the damage those Corky rockets are pumping out. Like, that is just painful.
I think Pengu's trolling us, finally getting AP and is building Ludens.
Yeah, and if you notice, on Corky, he did not actually build a Mythic, so Pengu Soul went ahead and built a Muramana.
Yeah, that's what I expected first item from him, but I thought, he was going to go Divine Sunder this time, but big fan of the Ludens, so that's fine. Still, it's working very well. The burst, very good right now. He's got the blue buff too, so he can just keep throwing these little missiles out, and the big Chungus missile. I think he's got a big one right now. He's got a big missile ready to fire. Getting ready.
He's locked, primed, and ready and waiting, and he's just looking for that angle. That's going to be the middle turret going down. That we have the Abyssal Voyage going in. Tephra just trying to find a target. They just keep getting really unlucky and just being a little bit too slow on the uptick. But look at that. That is going to be Escape. Picking up the snipe with the Senna ultimate. That is going to be huge amounts of damage. And unfortunately, this Baron Siege is now perfectly on the side of RLS. They've got a nice fat minion wave coming into this mid lane to refresh the damage that they're putting off, and that cannon minion is just peppering away.
Yeah, the Ziggs, though, trying to stop the wave with the ult, doing some good work. Ziggs is usually pretty good at clearing waves, but a little bit scared to go forward. There's just so much dive on RLS. Can't get forward to throw out the bombs, get the waves cleared. And now this turret, I don't know if they're going to push away. No, they're just going to let it go. They're going to back up. They're going to go for PJ Assault. They want some nice roast goat tonight. They're going in.
But it's going to take them a while to get it. It's a very tough meet, and it's going to be really, really hard for them to just chip it away from that hard exterior that is the Ornn skin. However, Barbitwitch, much squishier and much more succulent.
Yeah, the Mountain Goat manages to walk away. Now, it's so tanky. I think this tankiness is they're just starting to get enough damage on the side of RLS. They can kind of still break through it. And on their side, they've got Tef. Tef is getting super tanky right now, kind of making up for everything. War Leader also pretty beefy, got enough health. Shen getting tank items now, catching up, starting to become a very nice target. We talked about the Ornn being difficult for RLS to break, but on the other side, it's hard to get through these tanks for Wash. They have Tristana, she can break tanks, but no one else on this team is really good at it. Ziggs is just the caster, doesn't really have the potential. Diana's just diving, so not much there. This is basically a fight of, okay, who can break the raid boss first, and then whichever one takes it down is going to win the fights. Or I guess in the case of RLS, they just go around the raid boss, but Godex Anime.
Yep, going in, just jumping right on top of that. Corki just basically trying to steal the blue buff out from underneath them, is going to just end up taking the Gromp instead, or actually just not even taking it, just kind of letting it reheal itself as Ornn comes up to join them. That is going to mean that we have the Scuttle going over to the side of RLS, which is going to be a good amount of vision control. Johnny Tsunami's looking for that side angle as well.
Yeah, trying to find something. War Leader here on the top side, looking like he might want to go on something. PJ Salt taking a little bit of a chip there. This top turret's going to fall. I don't think they can hold it. Now they're being cut off, so Arbitrate Sign have to go the long way. It's going to fall. They're going to keep marching forward. Baron up in 2 minutes, but I think they're just going to try to crack an inhibitor this time, or maybe grab those last 2 outer turrets. It looks like top outer turret might be the call, but War Leaders, Wednesday is here, can finally get some bombs, clear the wave, does have his big escort with him in the Nautilus and the Ornn. War Leader looking for something, but yeah, I think they're going to try to break a turret right here on the base. If they can crack this mid turret, it is getting very low. There is a wave slowly coming. They could potentially put themselves in a very good position. Elder also up in a minute as they're trying to crack it.
Everyone's just looking for these engages, looking for these side lanes, but unfortunately, neither team is really willing to hit that go button quite yet. But the thing is, whoever hits it first, if they get the good engage, that is going to be devastating for their opponent. However, if their other side is able to anticipate the hitting of that go button, able to avoid the initial damage, it's going to go very well for them.
Yeah, it's just whoever hits that go button first. It's going to come down to who could really get the quick pick with their assassins. These junglers got to do a lot of work.
I feel like Diana has an advantage of being able to just jump online with their point and click targeting. However, the paranoia from War Leader is just so much better at kind of getting those fights started or scaring the teams away whenever things are looking kind of dire. You just activate it. You don't even have to be there. They're just going to start running. It's basically like Batman.
Yeah, and this fight might break out right here.
Look at this. Got a huge engage right there. That's going to be a lockdown Diana. Diana can't respond. Literally nothing they can do before Corki's able to pick up a double kill, taking out Tristana as well. That is going to mean 2 main targets are taken out. Johnny Tsunami was also taken down during that fight very, very quickly. Look at this. The Elder Drake is actually up as well. So we're going to see a nice push from RLS onto this mid lane turret. And we could just see them go right over to Elder, and picking up that buff is just going to mean there's hardly anything Wash can do should a fight even think about breaking out.
Yeah, Wash couldn't do anything right there. The Diana does not have a Zanya, so once she gets caught, she's just dead. There's nothing she can do. Angusul getting out. I think they're still trying to crack it. It's cool. They can crack the turret with these 3 and just let the Senna and the Nocturne just take the Elder. But that fight just quickly taking it out. Barbituate nuked in the fight. And once those 2 are down, there's really nothing that they can do.
Look at that, the Elder Drake is gone. Well, that is exactly what we wanted to see happen for RLS wanted Watch to see as they're chasing them down. Now we're going to just see Nocturne jumping on this backline. These squishies are going to start taking so much damage. And look at that. You've got the first Elder Drake proc. Then we have Shen jumping in on the backline, getting some more damage off. That's the second one. The third one is down. Is going to be come down here momentarily. Corki trying to get some shots off into this backline. And unfortunately, there's hardly anything Wash can do. This is basically just spelling out the end. The inhibitor is going to fall. And we're going to see RLS now back off, and they're in a perfect position to take Baron.
Yeah, I think they're just going to reset, or at least the Corki is. Package, not up yet, but doesn't really need it. They're just so damn strong right now. There's nothing that Wash can do. They just get rolled over in that fight. They had the numbers advantage for a little bit there, but still just not able to pick off a target. Pangusul, too mobile, and this Tom Kench has been farming, by the way. This is a passive Senna. This is just sitting there letting the Souls farm, letting the Tom Kench farm it up. The Shen getting so tanky. They just can't break this front line, and it's starting to look really. I mean, it's been looking really dire, but I think this might be the closer here. If they get this Baron, I think RLS takes and just marches all the way down to win this game, probably through topside. They're making the call right there. See him pinging it.
Yep, they're already starting this Baron up. Baron's going to get shredded down very, very quickly. So much damage on RLS's side. They're basically causing Wash to lose their minds at this point. There's very little they can do. And now that the Baron is gone, the siege power, while the Elder buff is still active, is going to be insane.
Yeah, that Baron Elder combo. Absolutely phenomenal. They've still got time on this Elder. It's not much left, but if they can get a fight going here, they can just end the game. RLS getting close to this 2-0, being up like this, making a statement after like the little bit of rough time they had this season, having to use so many subs and try to regain their footing. They're finally looking like the team that we've been expecting them to look like all season. And it's, you know, if they keep this up, I think this could be 3-0, like you said earlier.
It very well could be. I mean, look at this. We've got all of Wash looking for. That is going to be a huge amount of damage. Managing to get that Elder proc off at the last possible second. Jeez Louise, that was a lot. Nocturne going to be diving in on the back line. The Elder Drake is now gone, so they're going to be diving into this fountain. Unfortunately, without it, the Ziggs ultimate is going to actually manage to find a lot of damage, but it's not going to actually take any of the members of RLS out, except for Nocturne finally going down right there. We see Tom Kench jumping into the fountain, getting a little spicy right now as RLS as the Nexus exposed, and it's taking damage, and they're just trying to go for kills. But look at that, we've got to finally finish off. That is going to be game number 2, going over to the rapidly losing Sanity, and you just know Washed is gotta be kind of scratching their heads going into game 3. They're going to need to pull out all the stops, otherwise this is going to be RLS's victory.
Yeah, RLS getting a little excited right there, but I mean, why wouldn't you? They've been putting up, like, after some like kind of and I think part of the problem for Salt, who is winning these fights in the top lane, you're putting him on a tank. He can't convert that lead after, like, you know, about the 15-20 minute mark. That is looking really hard to kill right there. But once everyone's got their items online, he's the only answer they've got. And he can't deal with all of these carries. They really need to put him on. I want to see them put him on something more aggressive, something that lets him, you know, take these leads he's getting on Mewtwo and convert them into a carry potential later. Because right now, just trying to put it in the hands of the rest of them, Wednesday, Barbiturate, Godix Anime, it's just not working for them right now.
It is very, very rough. It might be that PJ Salt needs to be the one who unbenches the Kench. It might be of sort of something similar to that. But folks, just stick around. We'll be right back. Hop over to FOF Esports. Check out that FOF Connect, our weekly magazine that we put out, and check out those power rankings. We'll give you kind of an idea of where people thought these teams stood, and kind of like see a little bit of like how they've grown over the course of the season. Lots of really fun articles there. And then remember to keep your eye on that merch store, as it'll be opening up shortly as well. And then don't forget, next week we will actually, or later on this week, we'll be having a Valorant tournament. And there's going to be more details coming about that relatively soon. Don't go away.